Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So Wout Weghorst is on his way to Manchester United. Yes, Manchester United have full agreement with both Burnley and Besiktas to bring the striker to the club on a temporary basis, at least until the summer. Erik ten Hag has got his man, at least until then. Like I say, I expect us to be in the market again in the summer for a permanent, more high-profile name, maybe. But Wout Weghorst is on his way. Erik ten Hag has got his man. And you know what? I'm not against this move at all. Yes, if you would have told me at the start of the season, Man United are going to sign that fellow that was at Burnley and didn't do too well, I would say, oh, I'm a little bit worried. But given what I've seen from Erik ten Hag so far, the way he's managed the club, the way he's managed the players, the way he's managed the team on the pitch, I'm confident that he knows what he's doing. And he would have looked at all the options available to him right now, and he would have seen that this guy is probably the best. I trust his judgment. Now, I'm not going to say I'm getting excited about a Wout Weghorst signing. Of course not. But we need a striker. We've got a striker. We've seen what he can do for Besiktas this season. We've seen what he can do for Holland at the World Cup in a crunch moment against Argentina. And hopefully he can bring some of that to Manchester United. Also, while he was at Burnley, he didn't score the goals, but tactically and statistically, in terms of his pressing ability and those kind of things, he was always quite high up on the charts. So, you know, that could be a good thing that he'll be bringing to the team as well. Now, we'll get stuck into that. We'll get stuck into the reports. But before we do, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing, all that jazz as well. Keeping it locked to the channel. Want to hit 150k subscribers ASAP, and you lot can help me do that. So get hitting that subscribe button right about now, my funk soul brothers and sisters. But let's get stuck into these reports. As I was saying, we hear Wout Weghorst from Fabrizio Romano to Manchester United. Here we go. All conditions revealed on Tuesday are confirmed. Man United to pay €3 million to Besiktas, then sign Weghorst on loan from Burnley. So as it works, United have to have an agreement with Besiktas for them to cancel the loan with Wout Weghorst. Therefore, we have to pay them compensation in the form of that €3 million. Then he, officially goes back to Burnley, and then we loan him off Burnley. Who would have thought we'd be loaning a Burnley striker in Erik ten Hag's reign? Who'd have thunk it? Glazonomics would have thunk it, that's for sure. We've been doing these kind of deals for a long, long time. When you look at the strikers that we have signed, whether permanently or not, the likes of Igalo, even Zlatan, Cavani, who I thought, elite strikers. But we were signing players that were back end of their career, every single one of them. Now, he's around 30 years old. He's still got a few good years ahead of him, I would hope, considering I'm 33 years old. But you know what I'm saying. We're buying a lot of strikers that are 30 plus, and we kind of need to address that in the summer. Fabrizio Romano also puts, understand Weghorst will fly to Manchester today to undergo medical tests and then sign contracts. So it's all but pending medical and terms being signed. Now, it was Santi Ayuna who's been kind of pushing this one and has been first with pretty much everything. And it was the same in this case this morning. He kind of beat Fabrizio Romano to the jump, saying a total agreement has been found between Besiktas, Manchester United and Burnley for Wout Weghorst. He should arrive in the week to engage with United. So I think he deserves his credit for his reporting on this. We also heard from NTV, again, same time earlier this morning, before we got the here we go from Fabrizio, that Besiktas have now terminated their contract with Wout Weghorst. So with all that being said, it's left for him to do is do his medical and sign at Manchester United. And Erik ten Hag has got his man. Now, a striker that at Burnley, as I said, didn't do too great. But in his career, he's a 1-in-2 striker pretty much. 171 goals in 407 games. 9 goals in 18 games for Besiktas this season. That's 18-16 league games. Excluding that season at Burnley, which was an absolute anomaly in terms of his goal scoring. He got 2 in 20 there. He had 7 in 24 at Wolfsburg the season before that, 25 in 41, 20 in 43, 18 in 36. So he is a 1-in-2 goal scorer. Is he going to be the guy that dominates the Premier League? Probably not. But he's a guy that tactically will provide us something different. We don't really have an aerial threat. We don't really have that physical presence. At 6'6", he would offer us that. As I said before, his pressing ability is really, really good. He brings other players into the game as well with his link-up play. So whilst, he wasn't prolific at Burnley, he has been prolific elsewhere. And there are other attributes to his game and strings to his bow that will allow him to get the best out of others. Also, Anthony Martial, we know he can't play, at least at the moment. Maybe he'll get fitter as the season progresses. We know he can't play, according to the manager, a 90 minutes every 3 days. We've got City, Palace, Arsenal coming up in the space of a week. Being able to play Wout Weghorst at Palace would be absolute, amazing. Being able to bring Wout Weghorst on if we need a goal against City or Arsenal in the last cup will be a lot better than bringing Elanga on, which is what we've been doing. Now, I know Ten Hag's criticised the recruitment recently and said, the shirt weighs heavy on players and stuff. And I still believe he stands by that. And I don't think this is him changing that. This is a temporary signing. We've not signed him permanently. And I think it's a case of him doing a job until the summer. Hopefully our owners are gone. We've got new owners and can go and get a permanent striker in a more lucrative deal. There's plenty of names out there. I don't need to list them about players that, potentially play up front for Manchester United. But at the moment, it's Wout Weghorst. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in a Red United shirt. And things are all coming up Millhouse at the moment for Man United, I got to say. And I kind of feel like if Ten Hag wants him, trust him. Let him get him. And then I also think Luke Shaw whipped balls into the box. Wout Weghorst getting his big head on him. I can see that happening a few times as well. So I think Wout Weghorst will bring some good things to us. He'll score more than 2 goals in 20 games as well. I'm pretty confident in that, playing for Manchester United. I just think coaching's important. Ten Hag's important. And Ten Hag will work something with him. That I'm sure of. But I'm absolutely delighted with where United are at the moment. We've got, a cup semi-final coming up against Forest. We'll take on, if we can get through to the final, Southampton or Newcastle. We're in the FA Cup 4th round, in the top 4 in the league. Some difficult fixtures coming up, but this is what you want. You want to feel alive in the season. How many seasons have we just been battered by the end of Christmas, and we just, maybe if we get top 4, it'll be all right. We still have to fight for top 4, and I'm confident we'll get it, but it just feels so good at the moment, man. Everything seems to be going nicely for Erik ten Hag, and long may it continue. But Wout Weghorst is on his way to Manchester United. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep it locked. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out there.